Well, aloha, everyone. This is Nikki Keohoho, CEO and co-founder of the Direct Selling World Alliance. I am so excited to be with you today for our mastermind group. For all of you members that are out there and are wanting to get involved and learn some new ideas and share best practices, this is your opportunity to do that. So when you hear this on the recording, just know we're going to do this every month. It just was odd from November, December, because we had Thanksgiving and then Christmas. So we'll be back on our regular Thursday in January, but you can check the calendar. There'll be something coming out. I'll let you know later what the December date will be. So we're going to get started today. We're doing this a little different than what we normally do. I asked a couple people to share some ideas around what they're doing for open houses during the holidays. And we've had a lot of people that have just kind of gone through the holidays and said, well, whatever happens, it'll be there. And other people plan and plan and plan and are very highly organized and set up structure for some different things. Some people have done things year after year and had great success in following at their open house. So I've invited a few of you today because I wanted to make sure that you got to share your great ideas with other people. So I'm going to start with you, Miss Bridget Igwe, who is a fabulous woman and lives on the East Coast. And Bridget has some amazing things that she does. And I can't wait for you to share with the group, and then we'll talk about it after you've shared.
Okay, so what I've been doing for years is what's called bonus bucks. And that has been able to get my customers to me. It's the reward system. Many of us use a reward system, a loyalty reward system of some sort. Mine's called the bonus bucks. And so I have people that live up in Delaware, Pennsylvania, New Jersey that have been my main customers for 35 years. 6 years ago, I moved to Georgia, outside of Atlanta area, and I'm building here. But my big loyal customers are still the ones from up north. So once a year now, not last year because of the pandemic, but this year I drove up. So it was a 2,000-mile car trip to go. And of course, I'm thinking, all right, what's this going to be worth? What's going to make it worthwhile? Because my husband's sitting there saying, are you sure? The cost of everything, yada, yada, yada. And I said, you know what? It's all about the relationship. That's if I saw anybody, I was going to be thrilled. Well, I knew in my mind I wanted to have 20 people there. Before I left, I had 25 confirmed, and I had 38 show up. So I was thrilled. I pre-sold. So here are the nuggets. Number one is to pre-sell. So I had said to them, I don't give specials. Their special is you come and see me either virtually or in person, and you get to redeem your bonus bucks. And the bonus bucks are earned from December to the following October, November, depending on when the open house is. I've always, my entire career, have done it in October and the beginning of November. I cannot wait until now or until December. I would go nuts. I would go nuts. I've always had to do it early. So my people are already trained. Look for it in October. So I went up the week of the 10th. So I was there the week, it's before Halloween. So that's at the middle of October. So before I went, I already sold about $3,500. So I knew that. So in my mind, it was like, okay, this is worth it. Every single one of them that booked said, I'm looking forward to seeing you. Remember, these are people, the least amount I've been with them is 25 years. So you ladies know that's a long time relationship. So they've already said, I'm done shopping. I'm not shopping this year. So all I'm getting is what I ordered from you. And I said, that's fine. I want to see you. Well, we know the iBuys. So so this is another nugget. The items that were purchased at the last minute were $20 or less. So I found that my pampering hand set at 36, or then with a glove at 42, was not moving. However, everything under 20 went. So while I was there, I sold another 3,000 from people that said, I'm not buying anymore. Okay, so just know it's the little stuff. There's the anything with the hand cream, of course, and then the other thing too is the liquid hand soap and the hand sanitizer. Those were huge sellers, and I packaged them together, not with a hand cream, because then it's going to be 29, but 18 sold. So that was my customers, and they come from all different backgrounds, all different things. So by the time, so my October, then when I got home, people would message me and say, I'm sorry I missed you, or I wanted to add one more thing. So my October sales from that event was $8,875.95.
Ooh, and don't forget those 95 cents.
That's
That
right.
is really exciting.
That's right.
Congratulations. That is a huge success. And now people are really used to you coming and sort of expect it and wait with their shopping to do as much as they can for the holidays.
They were excited. So now my system, so now I got it back here. So now I'm back here the week of Halloween. I immediately set up my dining room table here. And here it's still set up, and it's been a little bit more challenging. But the people that I did get so far, I have 3,086. So I'm done with that. So my next plan now is, I still have a couple people coming this week. You know how it is. Hey, I forgot, can I still come? So I'm still going to add a few hundred to that. But what I'm planning to do after Thanksgiving is now I will take my Holiday on Wheels on the road here in Georgia. And that's what I call it, Holiday on Wheels. And I will entice them by regular hostess credit. I'll, say, hey, we can meet in your driveway. I can, stop in where you work. And these will be the key customers that normally come. And this year they did not. Okay. So here's the thing. I can be all over the place. And over the years, because I've been doing this a long time, I've been driving up to Delaware every year, all 6 years other than last year. Okay. So they're expecting this, and they ask, are you still coming? I said, I am. So, and I drive on my own. My husband doesn't fit in my car. He'd be the ornament. So he stays home. He is not thrilled that I do this. Just want you to be clear on that. And I said, honey, that's okay. Just love me, and I'll see you in a while. And I'm gone 9 days. I'm gone 9 days. I'm only booked with them in a hotel for 2 days, for 2 full days. It takes 2 days to drive up, 2 days to drive back. And then in between that, I also sandwiched in girlfriend time and shopping time. Okay. So the key is I have a notebook. It's called the show notebook that you can use all year long for everything. But what I had to do with this, I had to become very, very organized. And I have different tabs in it. And the different tabs it can personalize, but I have cheat sheets in there, and my cheat sheets are the charts, the conversion chart for the foundation, the chart with all the colors, that kind of stuff. Anything that some of the new product, I have product knowledge on that. I have wish lists that I hand out. And so I do call the husbands or whoever they put down who their Santa is. But the big thing I want to tell you about is what's called the delivery sheet. And this, again, is decades old. I am not your math person. I call on my friend Barbara to help me with math and all that. But this sheet has been a godsend. So I have a customer's name and address. I do allow them to split their payment. That depends on how long the consultant is in the business. But I really do a lot of training on whether they can or cannot. You walk away with all the monies in your hand, all the money. So you're never ever chasing anybody down for money. However, I allow them to split it as to when can I go ahead and post your charge. So I allow them to split. So if they, doesn't matter how much, and it doesn't matter how much they split it, because these are long-term customers. So on this sheet, I have how it's being paid. Is it by credit card, and which date can I charge it and how much? Is it by check? Is it by cash? Is it by Cash App? Is it by Venmo? Did they pay me cash? All that is on this sheet, because I will forget. And I get confused with, I've got all this money sitting there, and when can I deposit what? It's all on here. The other thing too is on the bottom, I have written down, so on a separate sales slip, I have written down, I want to show you that. I have written down what they have purchased. But I also write down, am I wrapping it, and how am I wrapping it? Is it for somebody that's young? So I have Nikki as my customer, for example. She has a lot of grandchildren, and she has a daughter. And she probably has a lot of nieces also. And she's buying for a variety of people. If she's my customer, I'm going to say, who is this for? Oh, it's for Grace. Well, Grace is your daughter, right? And she says, yes. Okay. And I know Grace is a grown woman, so I know how I can wrap that. But now she mentioned some of her grandchildren who I may not know. Okay, so that's for a teenager. That's going to be wrapped different than the package for Grace. So I'm gonna write all that down. But the way it looks is I have a regular spiral notebook, and it's called Holiday 2021. And this has saved me more than I can ever begin to tell you. On your sales ticket, I write their name and all that, and product, and the legal stuff, what's paid and stuff like that. But on here, my handwriting is awful because I'm sitting there writing it fast. I have the person's name, then the stuff that she's ordered. And then over here, these are all the things that Kate wanted wrapped. And I write wrapped for Christmas and mail. She's up in Delaware, I'm in Georgia. I'm gonna mail it. And then I write down for whom. When I'm all done, it's mailed out, it's paid, it's posted. I am done with Kate. I put a yellow smiley. I'm done. So yesterday, a woman by the name of Pam Sue calls, and she says, Bridget, I didn't get my order. I pull this out and I flip through it, because on here I have when it was mailed, how it was mailed, and all that. And I said, well, it was mailed on X amount of date. Now I can go and look up my receipts and find the tracking number and give her the tracking number. I can also see what if I forgot. So it's a double check. This has been a godsend. I will refer to this the entire holiday season. The entire holiday season. So that has been the big thing. I have plastic pockets. Let me show you. All right, plastic folders. Orders to deliver, orders to fill, orders to deliver. I have those folders in here. Here's an example, process credit card. These are dated of when I can process them. They're in here. Because notoriously, I'll have papers all over my desk, and then I can't find your sales ticket. It's all here. And this travels with me when I'm traveling. It's in here. So when I'm going to be traveling here, it will be in here. I have one folder, and I have a money bag, but I found I'm better this way. I have one of these that's just sealed like that. All receipts, all notes, all monies go in here. And this never leaves my side. Never, ever. If I'm staying at a hotel, it's with me in the bed. No, but it's with me. This book never leaves me. So that's the biggest thing is I had to figure out a system. And even like during the rest of the year, if I'm going to go do a big show, I had this book with me and I follow the same procedure. And the bonus bucks equate to, for every dollar you spend, you get a point. I have to keep it simple. I can't do all this fancy stuff. It basically, at the end of the year, it basically comes out to 5% of your sales. However, I pick the products. I have it in different categories. You get 100 points just for coming to the appointment. That's the other thing. You want to bribe them, but bribe them smart. So the $100, not the $100, the 100 points is towards free product. The free products are what I picked, what Bridget is overstocked on, what Bridget wants to move out, what Bridget has had sitting on the shelf. So for the 100, it's typically, it's like your eyeshadow up to your lip liner, eyeliner price. The next category though, 101 to 300, that's going to be like your $15 item. So it goes up in increments, but sometimes you'll look at my different sheets and you'll think, well, Bridget, that is worth more than 5% of that category. Yeah, because I'm overstocked. Right now, I'm overstocked on the 3D eye cream. I don't know how it happened, but suddenly I got 40 of those things. I usually keep 15. Okay, I am moving those babies out because they're in a lower category because they have an expiration point. Now, the other thing to remember, they are getting more product. This is how I have made Queen's Quarter sales my entire career, because they are getting on more product. And I'm building deep and wide. And they know it's worth coming to see me because they're getting a freebie. That's why. And you'd be surprised, some of my women that, are the bigger hitters, they can pick from a bigger category and they'll go pick from the first category. And I'll say to them, Nikki, my goodness, you purchased from me all year. No, you're not allowed to pick from the 100. You need to pick from the 300. And then many of them will say, well, this is money out of your pocket. I said, I am honored and thrilled to service you and I appreciate your loyalty. No, you shop for me all year. Pick from here. And then they do. Now they're on a bigger ticker item, and guess what? She falls in love with it and she's going to reorder it. But that's the bonus bucks I've been doing them for decades. And I think that's the key of why they come. I really do. That's why they come. So that's the speedy version of it, Nikki.
Thank you, Bridget. I want to give people a chance to either ask a question of you, Bridget, or if there's something you can add to maybe something you're doing on your systems that could support everyone else. Anything coming forward? Welcome, Barbara. I'm so glad you made it.
Thank you. Thanks for inviting me.
Yes, we love to have you involved.
And Barbara's
in
heard this like 3 or 4 times, so.
That's okay. Barbara is a dear friend that will support you no matter what. I know that. Okay, well, if we haven't got anything else to add to that, thank you, Bridget. Lots of good points. I really like Holiday on Wheels. I think that's a fun name. You could probably do that before Mother's Day, and maybe it's spring something.
Spring fling. Yeah, yes. I do the holidays because in the Delaware, New Jersey, Pennsylvania area, Maryland, there are lots of different feasts. So I don't say Christmas.
Yes, I think that's probably a good idea. Good for you.
So this kind of, no matter what you are, and then also many will also buy Thanksgiving gifts, something to bring to the hostess, something. Yeah. So, nice. I will do that. It's a lot of it is suggestive selling. Who are you looking for? Who's, are you going to any special events? Who's in your life? That kind of stuff. Oh, I don't have anybody and nobody. Well, how about your mail person? Have you thought about something for them or somebody that services you, your hairdresser? So that's like just the selling we do. And just, but it's coming from the place of how can I service you?
Yes. Yes.
Here are some thoughts. If you need anything great, keep me in mind. And if not, that's fine too.
And people
It's right-
appreciate
it's
that. It's
right.
not the hard sell.
Mm-mm,
It's
mm-mm.
not our way. That's really good, Bridget. Thank you. I want to give Marnie a chance here to share some thoughts, and we're going to come back around to each of the others. But Marnie just is in the middle of her open house, and she has an interesting way to do this. And Marnie, I'm going to ask you to show a couple pictures if you would too, if you want to go ahead and put up your share the screen with me. I happen to have seen Marnie's um, pictures, and I went, "Whoa!" I mean, that looked like a lot of work. And then she told me how she did it, and I was like, "Wow, I'm impressed." So take it away, Miss Marnie Hendricks out of Wisconsin.
Awesome. Thank you, Nikki. I feel really blessed and honored to be able to share some tips and tricks with you all. And I just feel like I get to share a gift that's been given to me. All of these ideas have been shared with me for the last 15 years of being in business. So it's like a gift that keeps on giving. And Bridget, thank you so much for all you shared. Oh my goodness. I know you said that you don't see the gift of strategy in yourself, but I really see it in you, my friend. Wow. All of the details and the systems that you've implemented are just very, very impressive. So thank you so much for all you shared. And there are actually some common themes in what I'm going to share also. So
And it's because we all learn from one another.
Yes, we do. Yes, we totally do learn from one another. Yes. So I have 3 tips that I want to share with you guys around the open house. And then I'm going to share some pictures of my setup. So first of all, I just want to encourage you to, if necessary, seek coaching, because this was a huge gift to me this year. So as Nikki and Grace teach us, there's 3 best times to coach or be coached. First is when we have a significant goal. The second time to coach is when we have a roadblock or a challenge, or we're facing adversity in our business. And the third reason to coach, which is the reason that I really benefited from coaching this year, is when we're seeking clarity. So coming into this holiday season, I was like feeling super foggy about what I was going to do and how my open house was going to follow through with it, because I basically did the same thing as far as my open house goes for like 12 years. And then last year I did it all virtually. And this year, as the holiday season was approaching, I was hearing from my customers that there was a desire to get back in person. And so I just was like feeling foggy, and it was amazing how in a 30-minute coaching conversation, I was very clear. So I just want to encourage, for those of you that might be listening to this recording, if you are not clear on your holiday strategy, seek coaching, because through just probably one brief conversation, you will gain clarity. So the second tip I have for you is to be resourceful. And by being resourceful, and again, Bridget and I both are aligned with this, know your strengths. So like Bridget shared with us, she doesn't see herself as being a strategic person. Well, she called her friend Barbara. Barbara, before you came on our call, she said she was just sharing with us how blessed she is by your friendship and how you've really shown her and have opened her eyes to how she can bring more strategy into her business and into her holiday selling. So I do the same thing. I know exactly where my strengths are and where I have opportunities to enroll others. So just like Bridget calls her friend Barbara, I call my friend Anna. She's very, very creative. She is like, her purpose for being on this earth is to bring creativity into the world. And so I called my friend Anna a couple weeks ago, and I said, all right, here's what I've got set up so far. What ideas do you have? And within a day, she was over at my house with a bunch of stuff to just make my setup beautiful. She took it from good to great. So enroll the support of others and know where your gifts are and where your strengths are and when it might be beneficial to enroll the gifts of others. And then when purchasing extras, utilize Target, the Dollar Tree, Amazon, or Hobby Lobby. So I'm going to show you guys pictures of my setup. And again, my friend Anna was such a huge blessing to me, but I was just amazed at the things she picked up from the Dollar Tree. Even Target, we're serving snacks in these like beautiful glass vases that were $10 a piece at Target. We have a gift wrapping station in which everything came from the Dollar Tree. So just be resourceful. Don't feel like you have to spend a lot of money to create an exceptional experience for your clients. And then the third tip, the last tip I have is to be personal. And by being personal, I mean, for every like mass marketing campaign we do, we are doing one personal touch. So we send our invites out in person. We're such a fan of snail mail. In addition to that, though, I personally text and then follow up I text out the invitation and then follow it up with either a voice text or a personal phone call to every single one of our clients. So they're getting a personal invitation from me every single year. It is quite an investment of time. I would totally recommend it though. And it's amazing how, just like Bridget said, as we're consistent with our systems, it's like, Bridget, how did you say it? Like you've got your clients trained. It is so true. Is that how you said it? You've got them trained.
Yeah, I got them trained. They know that it's always in October. They always look for the postcard. They know the phone call. They know I'm going to confirm by text. They know the steps. They know here she comes. And now with that Video Fizz app, you make it even fun, and they love it. They love it.
Yes. Oh, I love that. So they know exactly what to expect. And our clients, it's the exact same way. So many of our clients actually will ask me to set up their appointment before I've even reached out to them. I do want to share with you guys one tool resource that has saved us countless. And by us, I mean my husband and I, he works in the business with me. It has saved us countless hours. Calendly.com, www.calendly.com. Our customers just go on our website or our Calendly link, and they actually put themselves into our schedule. So before, it's so often how, oftentimes before I'm even creating these personal touches and reaching out to people personally, they're already in my schedule for the year. So just wanted to throw that out there because it has saved us so much time every single year. And just the, back and forth coordination with clients too, like via text or email. I'm such a fan of Calendly.
And that's a free app too. You can get that for free.
Yes. Thank you for mentioning that, Nikki. Yes, it's free. Okay. And then consider a loyalty program. So I do actually the exact same loyalty program as Bridget does. Bridget calls them bonus bucks. I call them holiday bucks. And it's very similar how I do them. This actually, I would say if there's one thing that transformed my holiday selling, it was this right here. Yeah, you agree? Yes. So how we do it is we do it the same time frame from December to the following November. For every $20 that our clients spend, they get $1 in holiday bucks. And then when they come to our open house, they can redeem their holiday bucks like cash. And this is just such, like Bridget said, it's such an amazing incentive to that gets them there. It's amazing how we will have a client that has $1 or $2 of holiday bucks, and that's her reason for coming. And she's walking out the door with hundreds of dollars worth of product. So would strongly encourage loyalty program. And just like Bridget, I don't offer any other discounts. The holiday bucks, that's the discount. Okay. And then set aside the time to, if possible, connect with each person one-on-one. So years ago, I used to have, 10, 20 people in my home at once. And I have just found that even if I just have 10 minutes with one person one-on-one, there is such a deeper connection created. And I feel like I have educated them and truly offered them a skincare and makeup service, and they're spending more. So there's so many benefits. I know it can sometimes stretch out the holiday open house. And it's an extra time investment for sure, but the benefits outweigh the extra investment of time. So I definitely recommend to create that one-on-one time with each person. And then lastly, invite your family to be a part of the experience. So we market our business, we market our holiday open house as like supporting our family business. My husband, this is like his favorite time of the year. He loves being able to welcome and greet our children too. We have 7 children and they love being able to greet our customers. I give them little jobs and they take it very serious. So we talk about how to greet our clients, how to interact with them, how to create a great experience for them. And so again, people love, I swear some people just come just to see my children. So people just love that personal touch, and they love just being able to see like our real authentic life. And my husband, I think part of the reason he loves the holiday open house time is because one of his jobs is to go to the bank. So while our open house is going on, every single day he is going to the bank. And I think he just loves making the deposits, tracking everything. So involve your family and invite them to be a part of the experience, because it will become one of your favorite times of the year as a family. Okay, so let me share with you about what the setup looks like. So we have our basement area allocated for our business. We've got like a little studio set up in our home. So this has just evolved over the last 15 years. So we just have we've got like a salty snack and a sweet snack, some candy canes. We've got our Keurig set up. So just like a snack table. And then I have all my demos set up. So just like Bridget said, it's all, Bridget, how did you say that? The eye buys, and when they're able to try the product first, oftentimes they're purchasing it, and people appreciate that, experience of being able to try it. So I just have all my demos set up. And then over on the left-hand side, this is my clearance area. So if there are extra, like Bridget said that she has how many 40 eye creams. So
not anymore, I don't, but yes.
In the past, yes. So if I have an abundance of a certain product, I'll put it in my clearance section. Or if something's been discontinued, I'll put it in the clearance section. And I mean, oh my goodness, our clients, they love this. They love being able to stock up on clearance items. And I don't like move these products throughout the year. I just stash them and save them only for my holiday open house. So nobody sees these products throughout the year. They only see them during my holiday open house. And then we also have a gift wrapping station so that if people are shopping, for others, they can wrap their gifts right there. So, and then we have some like grab and go gifts. So we have like some satin hands. We have some like just mini versions of products set up for people to be able to grab and go. I just love this quote by Albert Einstein. He said, "Creativity is intelligence having fun." Creativity is intelligence having fun. And I really believe that when it comes to the open house, if we make it fun, bring in creativity, and really just even ask ourselves, what type of buying experience would we want to have if we were a client, and really go into our open house. I love how Bridget said this. How can I serve them? How can I best serve them? It's amazing how the consistency, that creativity and that consistency over time becomes very fruitful. So Nikki, thank you so much for inviting me to share.
Oh, I'm happy, but I wanted to say those little chalk things that you had, they look like they were written on like little baby chalkboards. I saw those on Amazon the other day and they were very inexpensive. I don't know where you found yours. Where did you get those?
Those were from Hobby Lobby.
Hobby
And
Lobby.
Hobby
So,
Lobby has big sales. That's when we pick them up.
very, very good. We love those sales. I,
I have a
yes.
question. In the old days, years ago, so for everybody that's watching this on replay, is there's two very different views here. Is Marnie has it beautifully set up, which I used to do. I had my whole living room set up and dining room and the whole house thing. Marnie, I do have a question. How long do you keep yours up?
So in the past, I was doing a week and then people would be like, oh, I couldn't get there. And it was turning into like 3 weeks because I was booking people. So now I just open it up until the new year. So
Wow.
most of the, for probably the first 10 years, I always did it the week after Thanksgiving. So starting next week. And I would say probably 70% of our people will come next week, but then we'll probably have, you know, between the end of next week and the end of the year, we'll probably have like 50 more people that'll trickle in.
Wow. So this is what I used to do in the old days, because it was because I had a living room and dining room I could use. You have a whole area that doesn't interfere with your regular living, which is fabulous. And but now mine is totally on the road, you know, other than the couple weeks that I have it set up here. And so I have everything that goes with me has to fit into my car. And so it's a different thinking. So talk about having to pivot over the years, because I loved the way it used to be set up. It was a store and people came for the food. They came for, because I always had international cookies. I'm German, so I always had some German stuff. They loved all that. And like with you, they came to see the kids. Now that the kids are grown and I have grandkids, now they're interested in those. And then also I had a dog. Well, they came to see the darn dog, to see my Otis, you know, so but it's just different ways of doing it. But what you have set up there, Marnie, is absolutely gorgeous.
And the fact that she didn't have to do it all makes it even more gorgeous and more fun.
Yes.
I also invite I have to add this, I also invite my consultants to take advantage of my open house. So when I had the big one always set up in my whole house, they were encouraged to bring their people. And here, when I'm traveling, they're encouraged to bring their people. So some do, most don't. But it is open to them to take advantage of what I do. And this way, a couple of them shadow me. So they then go and do their own.
That's a great thing. So Antoinette, you've been doing this virtually, you mentioned earlier on. Any tips for us around the virtual open houses?
Well, this is my first year doing it virtually. So I usually just sell through the holiday. So I'm going a different angle, I guess you want to call it, to see about doing a virtual open house. You know, just like I said, set up time and have times of pockets of time. Set it up like even in my personal group, I have my VIP group, set it up so at different times so people can come through, but then they can still go back and watch it if they can't make it.
Oh, that's
my group
good.
has a lot of people in it, and so once it's there, it's there.
Good for you.
And possibly even take that if I go like on my phone on Zoom, I can take that recording and send it out to people who don't get on, who are not on Facebook or whatever.
Great.
That's something that I planned on implementing to see how that goes. We'll see how that goes.
Oh,
how about
I gotta add on to that for you to consider. That's worked well for me. The table that I have displayed here, I videoed it and I sent it out to the people here local. And I've gotten more messages of, I've got to see what I can get there. So definitely do that. Definitely send that out in the text. And I made it fun. I had Christmas music playing. I had my reindeer
I have
things
a Santa
on,
hat.
you know, so be silly, be silly.
I have a
Because-
Santa hat.
Yep,
That's
it
good.
makes them laugh. And if you send that out in a text, it gets attention. They will watch it. Keep
Oh,
it
I've
super
learned
short,
that. I've learned that with a lot of things because I know everyone's not on social media.
Right.
mhm.
It doesn't come easy to everyone. So me sending things out, it gets me sales. So I know it'll do something great for the holiday. So thanks so much for
Beautiful.
that. You ladies have amazing ideas. I'm writing notes.
Ah.
So thank you. This is really great. I'm like sitting back. My mind is like, so this is good stuff. This is good stuff.
How about for you, Miss Barbara? What do you do during the holidays? I'm curious.
I didn't know that's what we were going to be talking about tonight.
Okay.
I used to send a Christmas letter every year. I have a history of my family through the entire time we've been a family. This year I did a Thanksgiving letter.
It was beautiful. I got it. I loved
Yes.
it. Thank you.
Thank you.
I did too. Thank you.
And I
Mhm.
send that to my clients, my customers, my team members, and my family. And
Uh-huh.
some people thought, well, why do you want to get that personal with them?
Uh-huh.
But I'm getting texts back, I'm getting emails back, I'm getting response back, and they like knowing who they're working with.
Yeah, who you are as a person.
So I hired high school girls to do that for me. It's way too big a job. I mean,
Uh-huh.
you've got to but for me, you got to delegate. You've got to
Uh-huh.
delegate.
Uh-huh.
So with that also, I did for the first year, Bridget's idea with the points. I did that. That went out to them too. And then I did not want to give a discount. So I said for every $50 they spent, they get one item at half price.
Oh, uh-huh.
So I just kept it simple this year. So they're calling me saying, this is what I want free.
Uh-huh.
And this is what I want at half price. So I'm learning from Bridget that they will get on new things.
Yes. Well, good.
And I
good,
just had my
good.
braces adjusted today. So it's hard to talk. So,
You're doing good. We understand
She's-
everything.
Yeah, she's
I kept it really, really simple. And now the work begins of the follow-up. The follow-up,
Yes.
the calls, there's no shortcut to that. It's the text, the emails, and my sister director that I meet with tonight, she is finishing her virtual open house, her film. And this year she did it generic. She's not in the film.
Oh,
She made it so that all of us could use it.
oh, that
And
was
she has
very
the
nice.
menus ready for us, and she and I trade off. I do my part, she does her part. This is what she wanted to do. So it will be ready tomorrow morning. So I can not only follow up, but I can send them all of her
That-
gifts that are wrapped.
Oh,
They're done
wow.
with a menu.
Uh-huh.
And I also use Deanna Spillman's guide. It's a 24-page holiday gift guide,
Oh, that's
which is one of the most beautiful things I've ever seen done. And she does it every year. And they're not wrapped, but she has gorgeous pictures of all of the product. So this is just another thing that you can send out to people so they can shop, from home, and they can see what we
Beautiful.
have. This is also great if you have a silent hostess. Make a copy of it and let her take this to work, to church, to her family, and take orders. So
Beautiful. Do any of you ever do a mystery host for your open house, that somebody, if they place an order, they get to go into a drawing to be a mystery host? And they get the host benefits for that, whatever that may be. It encourages people to order something. If they were going to come and they didn't have a big budget, but they order something, they might earn all the host benefits. And you explain what those host benefits are.
something that I've done, that I do after the holidays. I don't send it out now. I have them when they come to the open house, or like now when I'll take it on the road, I have them sign into a book. I have a journal. It's just a journal book, and I have them sign in, and I marked it open house 2021. And over the years, I had used one whole book, and I just changed this book 2 years ago. Okay, but I had the same book for like 30 some odd years, and I would be able to see the trends of who comes, who doesn't, and the people that come are the first ones I contact. The ones that came last year will be the first ones, that kind of stuff. But now what I do, and I've done this for decades, is in the beginning of January, I send every person that I have seen during the holiday open house time, I send them a thank you with a gift card enclosed for them to redeem within the next 2 months, which means January and February. So that gets my January and February sales up. And that's the same time I also, so that's a whole separate thing. I just send it to those people, but they know by coming to the open house, they know they're going to get another gift from me. They know it because again, they're trained. so I have to, I have to keep that up. But I think that's another little touch, And once a year, I do it in January, I do send out a customer newsletter. And in there, I will have pictures of my grandkids. I fill them in on what's going on with our family, because these people, they know the family. And they do want to, like Barbara had just said, they do want to know that you are a real person. They want to know that you're real, and we don't poo-poo on them or heartaches or anything, but some people knew of some things that had happened in our family, and I would just say, appreciated your prayers. And so, I mean, it was just, people know life happens to all of us. To all of us, and they become friends because you're in the bathroom with them. You're talking about their hygiene. You're talking about what pills are you on. I mean, you don't get much more personal.
Well, I know a bra fitting company out of Australia. They get a little more personal. I'm just saying. You're in the bathroom there naked. But anyway, and Barbara, thank you so much too for sharing your thoughts. You've got a lot of years of experience, and it's the idea of the mastermind call is to share some best practices, to hear from other people, to ask questions, to get new ideas. And this is something we plan on maintaining in through 2022. I'm going to give you the date for the next one because I want you to get it on your calendar. And I believe it is December, is it the 22nd? No, the 14th. There's a free class that's going to be on December 14th. So you want to watch for that one. Oh, I can't see. I was thinking it was on a Tuesday, but maybe not. I'll have to get you that next one. You will get an invitation for it because it's ready to go out. We wanted to get through this one and then go into the next one. So I'm sorry I don't have that in front of me right now, but the free class that will be taking place in December is going to be really good. We have another free class that's going to be here in November that you want to get on your calendars. I'm going to tell you what that will be because it's coming up pretty soon.
I really appreciate that you record these, because often, depending on which night of the week it is, I'm doing
Something
a
else.
class or Zoom or something that we're doing now with us having to look cute longer.
Oh yes, that is, I don't like that part. Okay, so it's December the 9th at 9 p.m. Eastern time. It's going to be the next free class, and something just went out, I believe today, but I'm not positive. But it's share it with all your friends and family. It's an interesting new subject. I'm going to tell you what that's going to be too, because I really think it's going to, how it came about is I saw this, I saw a visual, a little GIF of somebody throwing spaghetti on the wall. And that's what made me think of this. It was because that's what they used to tell us. When I first started in direct selling years ago, they'd say, just throw them on the wall and see who sticks. Yeah. And it's so wrong. And it's gone. whole thing. So it's really about how to not, it's not a numbers game, it's a relationship business. And people have got to learn that difference, because in a lot of companies, when somebody is not getting the results they want, they go to their company and to their upline, and that person just says, it's a numbers game. You just need to talk to more people. You need to talk to more people. And they keep saying that's what it is. But you know, if the person has a limiting belief that I don't want to be pushy, or I don't want to bother people, they're not going to talk to more people. So you telling them to talk to more people isn't going to do any good. So we've got to teach people how to build relationships. And that's what that class is going to be about. So be sure to share it with people. That's for members and non-members. So I'm so glad that you joined us today. And I wanted to know if you had any last minute questions from me or any of our guests, each other.
What was the gift guide, that gift guide, that Barbara that you had?
Spillman, Spillman. I think her first name is Deanne. She's our
Deanne?
director. She does this every year.
Okay, thank you.
Deanne, I think you said, right?
Yeah, I think that's her first name. It just says Spillman.
Do you send
Yeah.
it out, Barb? Do you
Mhm.
send it out to people?
Do I send it? I sent it out to my clients, yes.
To all of them?
I did. I'm going to send them this as well as a virtual open house. Yeah.
What does she charge for those?
Wow.
Oh, I mean, it didn't cost me, Bridget. It didn't, no, I didn't mail it. I emailed it.
Oh.
Oh,
I
no,
thought
no,
you-
no, oh, no, no, no.
I
no,
thought you
no,
went to the printer and had them all printed. I was thinking,
Oh,
oh
no,
my
Lord,
God.
no, I emailed it.
Oh,
And
that's
I
good.
just want to remind you all that Hanukkah is right after Thanksgiving. I wrapped 10
Yes.
Hanukkah gifts yesterday. So I think it's just as important to have blue and silver and white in your wrapping stations and in your decorations, because, you know, she was thrilled that I wrapped it all in gorgeous Hanukkah boxes and Hanukkah paper, and I put in gift certificates for all the people. And she says, oh, do one for Christmas and all the rest for Hanukkah. I went, okay.
Yeah, that is what I meant when I said, tell me how to wrap it.
Yes, it's important.
Because for some, it's a gift, yes, but it's not a Christmas gift.
Right.
You know, and then this is for a man, this is for, you know, again, the ages and stuff, but often it's just a pretty wrap.
Exactly.
It doesn't scream. We've all learned this from Peter's Packaging.
Andrea Peters.
It's very, very true. It's beautiful, but it's very generic.
Yeah.
And if somebody wants it very Christmassy, then I can make it the red and green. And so when I do the virtual appointments, which I will have also in the virtual open house that I did last year, it was holding up gifts and then giving a suggestion of who it's for. What I noticed I missed with the virtual appointment was all that impulse buy. Those extra $3,000 were impulse buy, which for me did not happen virtually.
Yeah, and I hope everybody is thinking about, and it's time for you to take care of you during the holidays. What would be something that you could benefit from during the holidays? Because we give to everybody else, but sometimes we don't take care of ourselves during that time. And I'm thinking of that, you know, the eye things or whatever it may be, that might be a way for you to take care of you. And I think that's great.
Nikki, I trained on that. I trained on that at our meeting tonight. And I said, you know, it's wonderful to talk about gifts, but this is the month I find holiday time for many people is very emotional. And for some people, it's very sad. I called a friend yesterday and I could hear, she's a positive person, but she's going to be alone for Thanksgiving. And I heard the sadness in her voice. I could feel it through the phone. So I sent out a whole sample pack to her today because she has a special event coming up. And I thought, you know what, maybe she'll get it by Thursday or Wednesday. And we can even do it Thanksgiving night when I'm all done. So I think it's also just listening to people. I find every phone call now is taking 30 to 45 minutes. There's no longer a 10-minute call with a customer. They want to talk and talk and talk. And I find as we talk through, then finally, when they got everything out, then we can start talking about who they need gifts for, what they're doing for themselves.
Yes.
But many of them want a facial, or they want a makeover, or they want to be pampered. And we don't want to forget that this is a fabulous time of year to do that. It's not always about everybody else. They
I
want
have a question. I have a question for Marnie. How much time do you allow per customer when you are setting it up on your calendar event?
So I actually have two different options. I have a 30-minute option and a 45-minute option.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then sometimes people will, and it's interesting, Barbara, we're so aligned in the past. I used to be able to do them like quicker. Now though, I'm noticing that there's a desire for more conversation. So I used to have a 15 and a 30-minute option.
Yeah, even for mine on the road, like I did again at the hotel, it was 30 minutes. And what I did have, a consultant came, because again, she comes every year. She loves to shadow me. She says, I just learned from you just by watching. And she's a seasoned consultant, has been with me forever. But the customers have also gotten to know, like, and trust her. So I could easily say to her, Jewel, take them on a tour. And a tour just meant while I was finishing with somebody, she would go and show them all the products. And I keep it very simple so that she said, you don't go into all the product knowledge with that. I go, no, because all they want to do is connect. You know, our mint bliss that we all have in our snowman and all that kind of stuff with the socks. And I said, do you want it wrapped cute? And I showed the snowman, or do you want to have it elegant? And that would be wrapped like, like the little box I just showed, So it was just like, it was fun. It was fun. People were laughing and chatting. So when there were a few that would overlap, it was okay. But you can tell we've been around a while. Barbara says the same thing that Marnie's saying, the same thing. I mean,
that's so good. Well, you all take care. Have a fabulous, wonderful Thanksgiving.
Thank you.
Enjoy that special time with your family. We're having a smaller one this year. We're having 24 over to our house out in the yard. We're putting up the tent on Wednesday night, and everybody brings something, but this year is a little different. We've had one year we had like 60 some people, and a lot of orphans, my son's friends that aren't married or things like that. But we had a Chinese turkey, a Tongan turkey, a Samoan turkey, a Hawaiian flavoring turkey. I mean, we had all these turkeys, so we just cut them all up, and everybody took big bags of turkey home. And so this year we're only gonna have 3 turkeys, but we're gonna bag everything up for everybody to take home afterwards. And it's going to be so much fun. We're playing cornhole, we're playing dominoes, and then he's got poker going. My son's got a poker game. He told them bring their quarters. So I don't know how long this is going to last, but it'll be fun no matter what. So I hope you all have a beautiful holiday season. You take care.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Bye-bye,
Thanks for the
everyone.
honor.
Yes, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.